Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to get into the new Perfect World collection from Oden. This is a collab collection with 3 beauty influencers, so I'm excited for all of them. But I want to go over each one, do some swatches, create some looks, and let you know my thoughts on all of them. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bri, and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot on indie makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. I'm so excited that this collection finally arrived. I was patiently waiting for them to get to me, but I knew it was going to take a while because it's international shipping. Oden's is a Swedish indie brand, and I'm in the US, but their products are usually worth the wait and very amazing. So I'm so happy that it is finally here, and I'm so happy for all the collaborators. But let me give you all the info, like pricing. I'll show you each palette individually, like close-up shots of the shades, the palettes, the swatches, and go over each collaborator as well. But they did sell this as a bundle for around $91, which is currently sold out. I'm not sure if they're going to restock that bundle because they're doing a restock March 25th because one of the palettes are sold out. So definitely check out March 25th. If the palette you wanted was sold out now, it should be available then, and hopefully they'll bring back the bundle as well. So let's start off with the first palette. Now these each go for $33.90 and have 10 shades in it. So the first one is the Planet Spirit palette. This was a collab with Miss Baddie Bean. Love her channel, love her content. She's super talented. She seems super sweet. So I'm so happy to see her doing another collab with another amazing brand. But the inspiration for this palette was animals in nature. So she's depicted in between all these animals looking very ethereal, like she's one with nature and the animals. So pretty. And then the color story inside is very fun and bright. She chose bright pinks, bright purples, and said these are colors that can clash but can also work harmoniously. And I'm totally all for mixing colors you wouldn't expect to mix together. But this is so springy and bright and perfect for like this time of the year, going right into summer. And there's different textures in here. We have some mattes, we have some textured shimmers, some regular shimmers, as well as multi-chrome. So you have different things to work with in here. Then the next palette is the Flora Story palette. This is a collab with Makeup Just for Fun, and she is also very sweet, very talented, has really good beauty content, so I'm very happy to see her doing a collab as well with Oden's Eye. But her inspiration was plants and nature, so she is looking like an ethereal little goddess in the middle of like an enchanted forest. Like that's the vibe, a lot of green tones, and she chose to have greens and more neutral shades, and the greens in here are a little bit more on the muted side, but I love these tones, like the sage, and you have a little bit of like plumminess in here. And this one also has a mix of textured metallics, shimmers, multi-chromes, and mattes. So you have a lot of different things to work with in here, and she just came through with the greens. I love these kind of tones. And then the next palette is the Sea Talk palette, and this is a collab with Lauren May Beauty. She's also super talented, has amazing beauty content, and I'm also just so happy to see her doing a collab with Oden's Eye. And this was inspired by marine life and nature, so she's looking like a mermaid up in the ocean, surrounded by the fish and the coral life. But the color story in here has a mix of pop shades as well as nudes. So she wanted shades that would be good for daily use, as well as bright shades that could give you some fun and joy into your look. So I like the color combo in here, especially that electric kelp shade, looking so bright and fun. I just think all the color stories are really pretty. I'm just so happy to have all 3 of them. The packaging, the design, the color stories, everything is so beautiful in each of these. So I'm going to get a little closer, and we are going to get right into the looks, and then I will give you guys like my final first impressions at the end. All right, let's get into the first look. I'm going to start off, I think, with the Sea Talk palette, but I did go in with the Kaleidos Tone Activator Primer, and I did not set it. I'm going to start off with Night Swim, this deep blue navy matte, and I'm going to start with that on the outer corner, and I'll bring it through the crease as well, but I'm going to work lightly. I actually think I want to change my brush to a smaller one, because I'm going to go into this rougher brush instead so I can be a little bit more precise. I want to pack it on first, and then I'll use another shade to blend out the edge. So now I want to get into Dolphin Tail. This is a cool tone brown. I think it's gonna be a perfect shade to blend over that deep navy blue as a blending shade to just soften the edges. So now let's get into the lower lash line, and I want to go for these browns down here. So I'm going to start off with a driftwood. I like the idea of mixing color and nudie tones, so I'm just going to stamp that down here. Ooh, that's a nice warm tone brown, super pigmented. Now I want to get into the metallic, so I want to start off with Ocean Jewel, this deeper navy metallic. I'm going to pick it up on this flat brush. I think maybe this is a shifty shade, like blue to purple. It looks kind of shifty. But let me get some spray here. This is just water. I'm just going to spray it. I'm too lazy to use glitter primer, so I'm just going to keep that on the outer edge, closest to the deep blue matte. Ooh, this is pretty. Nice and smooth and sparkly as well. So now I want to get into this mermaid scale shade. This one right here looks so beautiful, like a bright aquamarine tealy shade. This one looks like it's a little bit more textured. Maybe it's going to be like a little bit more extra sparkly. They did say there was textured shimmers in this palette. I'm going to spray it. And I'm going to put that here. Ooh, this is pretty. Look at that aqua shade. Goes so well with the blue. And this one looks like there's like little pink sparkles or something in it. But of course, I need to see what the description is. But this is really pretty on the eyes, and it's mixing into that blue perfectly. So now I'm going to go back to the lower lash line, and I'm going to go into the shade called Sunken Treasure. This like brownie, like warm brownie metallic. And I'm going to use the brush I used to put the brown on the lower lash line. I'm going to spray it for good measure to avoid some fallout. This one looks like a smooth shimmer. Oh yeah. And I'm just putting it right in the front here. So I do want to take a little bit of this shade called Iridescent Shell. This one is a bright pink that also has the multicolor shimmers in it. I just thought this would be fun, like a little pop of pink right there. I don't know, it might look funny, it might not, but I'm just trying things here. I did spray it, and I just want to pop it right there. Oh, wow. It's adding something to the look, like some pink to it. So now for the final touch, I want to use Electric Kelp. I have to use this shade. It looks like a yellowy green shade, and it looks like it's on the smooth side. Oh yes, a fun bright pop of yellow. Yes. So I'm just going to pop it right there. I did spray it. Oh yes, look how bright that is. Oh, I love a little pop of yellowy green goodness. It's leaning definitely more yellow, but there's a little bit of a green tone to it. So now I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish off the look, liner, lashes, something for my lips, and then I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. Alright my loves, I am back, and here's the completed look. I did add some gems. I just felt like it was needed for like the theme of this palette. It's giving ethereal, marine, mermaid vibes, and gems definitely help you capture that on a look. So I just added some to the archway, some on the bottom like these little yellow ones, and I'm really happy that I did that. And then what else I did off camera was I went in with the LA Girl Jet Setter liquid liner to create a wing. I used the LA Girl Shockwave liner and Screamin' in the waterline to match the yellow inner corner. And then for my lashes, I used the Milani Highly Rated Mascara, and I mixed it with the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. Great combo, a lot of length, a lot of volume, a lot of drama. I've been loving this combo, and because of these two mascaras, I've been skipping falsies altogether, and I think everything came out really pretty. Oh, and my lips. I forgot to mention that. I have the Juvia's Place lipstick in Toffee. It's a warm brown. Matches like the warm brown in the lower lash line. And I also use the Juvia's Place lip liner in So Rare. And that is all I did to complete this look. What do you guys think of it? Do you think the gems made sense? Does it come together? Are you feeling it? Because I am, and I'm very happy with this little color combo. And the palette is so pretty. I mean, this collection overall is gorgeous. But I think I'm now ready to get into the next palette and do look number 2. Okay, let's get into the next palette. I'm going to go into the Planet Spirit palette. And this time I'm going to do a little bit more of like a graphic shape, like something a little bit more defined. So I want to start off with Kingdom and use this pencil brush. And I'm going to be very rainbow on this one. And I did use the Kaleidos primer again, and I did not set it. But I'm just going to use that to create like a wing shape on the outer corner. I did get a little bit of fallout, but I am like kind of going heavy into the shadow. I will dust it off in just a bit. Should tap off the excess. And I'm going to connect it here like that too. So there it is for the green part. Now I'm going to get into the shade called Pride. This warm pinky purple. Dust off the excess, and I'm going to continue the shape. And I'm going to connect it to the green, but I'm not going to blend them too much, so I don't want it to get muddy. And then I'm going to go into the shade called Habitat, this orange, and I'm going to use that in the inner portion to finish off that line, just like that. Can you guys even see what I'm doing? I'm just continuing the shape around my eyes. So now I want to lay down some glitter primer all over the lid and the inside part. And I'm just gonna put that with this Give Me Glow primer. This is their Glow Harder glitter primer. It's pretty good. So I'm just gonna get that all spread out in the space all on the lid. Now that I got the primer down, I want to go to Majestic. I think I want to use this shade all over my lid. I think one bright shade is going to do the trick. This looks very foiled, and then it's going to be super sparkly. Ooh, it's so bright. I wanted to use a really light shimmer all over the lid and then have that, you know, shape going around it with the different colors. So now I want to do my lower lash line, and I think I'm going to do all shimmers on the bottom, and I think I might just go in with the green, maybe use a little bit of this one too. So I'm going to start off with Familiar. It looks so sparkly and intense, and I'm going to spray the brush too so we can avoid shimmer fallout. And I'm going to start that here, like on the edge where the green is, and just bring it all the way through. And now I'm going to use a little bit of Animalia, this orange metallic that looks like it has like little sparkly gold flecks throughout. And I'm just going to pop that in the front part. And then for the very, very final step, I'm going to take the shade called Fauna, this beautiful like pinky iridescent one that looks like it's going to have like a goldy shift to it. I'm going to spray it, and I'm just going to pop that in the inner corner for some extra brightness. Oh yeah, this is very pinky and bright. Oh, that is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna keep that right in the inner corner. And there we go for the look, guys. This is all I'm going to do, all the shadows that I'm going to use. I think it came out so cool and fun and bright. So I'm going to go do the rest of my makeup off camera, lashes, mascara, liner, something for my lips. And then I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. All right, loves, I am back, and here is the finished look. This one was really simple, but I like the shape. I like the gold all over the lid with like the different colors through the crease, and then the shimmers on the bottom. I did go ahead and do falsies for this look. I felt like I needed them for this shape, and I really wanted like a flared out lash look to just put everything together, like bring it together, and I think it really did help do that. Now I did decide to go with a peachy nude on the lips. I don't wear light peachy colors like this very often, but I felt like it paired nicely with this eye look. So I used the Fenty Beauty Mademoiselle lipstick in Up to No Good. It's a very light peach. And then I went over that with the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb and Taffy Tease. Nice little perfect combo. Made the perfect peachy nude for the lips. And then for my waterline, I decided to go in with a white liner. Whenever I have a lot of color down there, I just go in with a white liner. So I used the Oden's Eye Soul Monet Gel Liner in number 11. And then for mascara, I used the Milani mascara. And then I went over with the chocolate candy bar lashes from Glamlight, some of my favorite. And I did use the lash glue liner to get them stuck on. I tight lined a little bit with the Trestique pencil, and that is all I did for this look. This was really easy to put together, but it's so fun, so colorful. It's giving, I think, Mardi Gras vibes, but I'm fine with that. It's fun, it's bright, and I really like how the shade came out. But that was everything for the look with the Planet Spirit palette. Very, very pretty. So I think I'm ready to go and do the final look and get into the last palette. Let's get into the Flora Story palette. Beautiful greens, nice and muted. I think I want to start off with a shade called Clover. I love these green tones. They're so pretty. So I'm going to pick it up, dust off the excess because the mattes are on the more powdery end. Let me tap out the creases. I have some staining from the other palette. That pinky, like purpley shade definitely left a little bit of stain on the lid, but it's fine. But I'm going to use this through the crease. I love this. I love this tone so much. And I'm just going to use that as my initial transition shade. It's nice and soft and pretty. So now let's get into the shade called Orchid, which hopefully this doesn't clash with the green through the crease, but I think it's going to work in the end. And I want to do a halo eye. I don't do those very often, and I'm trying to get better at doing halo eyes. So, you know, you got to practice to get it right. So I'm trying to do them more. Ooh, that's a beautiful purple tone. It is giving orchid vibes. And I think it's going to be fine with this green. So I feel like this green is a little bit more on the cool tone side. But look at that saturation. Gorgeous. And I'm going to put it on the other side. And I'm going to do it at like an angle. Works for my eye shape. So I do want to take Orchid on the lower lash line as well. I'm just going to cover the whole lower lash line with this Orchid shade. So I do want to take a little bit of Azalea, the shade right here, and use that to blend the edge of the plum on the bottom. Just to get things a little softer on the edges, get things to fuse. So I'm just working that slowly down here. So now let's get into the metallic shades, and I want to start off with Misty. This is the shade I want to use in the center of my lid on the top to create that halo effect. I'm going to spray it. This is a little bit more on the like flaky foiled side. Oh, but it's gonna look pretty. Oh yeah, that's stunning. Such a beautiful sage kind of metallic. So I do want to take a little bit of Magnolia on the edges of that metallic green, this shade right here, just to get it to fuse a little better with the, you know, Orchid shade that's on the outer and inner corner. I'm just going to use it a little bit, more like a transition shade between the two. I'm not going to use it too heavy. I just wanted to add a little bit of that and a little bit in the inner portion, right on that edge of that green. So now for the final touch, we need an inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take Dawn. This one looks like it's an iridescent, like shifty shade. I'm guessing it has a green shift. Let me see. Yep, it has green to it. It looks pretty. So I'm going to take this pencil brush. I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to spray the brush just so we can get maximum shine as well as reduce the fallout. Oh, that was unexpected. It kind of has a fiery orangey shift to it. But there's also green. There's definitely green to this too. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Wow. Just because I'm a little extra, I want to top a little bit of Best Buds on top of the inner corner just to make it a little bit more greeny. Like mix them together. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, they mix really well together. I think that's it for the shadows that I'm going to use for this palette. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my liner, lashes, mascara, and then I will be right back to show you guys the completed look. Alright my loves, I am back and here is the completed final look. What do you guys think of this one? I did go ahead and add some gems on the outer corner and the inner portion where the orchid shade is. It's purple gems and it goes so well. I've been seeing these kind of halo looks going around on Instagram. I was like, they're so pretty, and I finally did a halo eye, so I was like, this gives me a chance to do the whole gems on the outer and inner portion, and I think it just added something to the look, gave it a little pizzazz, a little extra sparkle. I love it so much. And then what else I did off camera was I went in with the ColourPop liner and charmer and the waterline to match that like plummy shade down here. I used the LA Girl Jet Setter liner. It's so good, so affordable to create the wing. I tightline with the Trestique pencil, my go-to. And then for my lashes, I use the Milani Highly Rated Mascara and the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara to make my lashes nice and dramatic. And then for the lips, I do have a Oden's Eye lip stain on. This is their Elva Cream lip stain in the shade Lady Camellias. It is more of a cool tone mauvey pink. And that is all I did to complete this look. I feel like a juicy grape. I'm getting like wine vibes, and now it's making me want a glass of wine. So I think I need to do this once I finish this video up because I deserve it, okay? I've been working hard to get these looks out for you guys, but that was everything for this final look. And I think I'm ready to give you guys like my final first impressions on these palettes. Now, of course, I'll always come back later and give you guys a final review in a future video, but I think I already have a good idea about how I feel about these palettes, so let's get into my final thoughts. Alright my loves, I am ready to wrap up this video, get that glass of wine that I earned, but I have a good idea of how I feel about these palettes. I do think they're the usual good consistent formula from Oden's Eye. The matte seemed nice and pigmented and blendable and easy to work with. I feel like the metallics are beautiful and you have these different textures to work with. Be like thicker, more foiled ones, you got those, and you have some smoother ones, and then they have these metallics that have these multicolor shimmers in them, and it gives them kind of a holographic effect, and I think that's cool. I don't think they've ever had that in any of their other palettes, so you do have like one kind of new formula. I think they have it in their Jewel Shine collection, but I've never seen it in an eyeshadow palette, and I just love that you have a lot to work with. I think the floral palette is amazing and beautiful if you like more nudie, more muted greens, like sagey shades like this. I think you would love this. And you can do completed looks. Like you have this orchid shade to give some depth, mid-tones. You have like two good shades for inner corner highlight. So I feel like I could use this as a standalone palette, and I love these kind of tones. It's so beautiful. It's kind of giving me fall vibes, but also botanical vibes. Really gorgeous. I think makeup just for fun. I did an amazing job with this one, and the packaging is so pretty. And then the Sea Talk palette has a good balance of bright poppy shades and nudie shades. So if you like to have a mix of things, or sometimes you want to go a little bit more toned down, and sometimes you want to get a little extra poppy with your looks, you can do this with this. And that Electric Kelp shade is such a beautiful bright yellowy shade that you can use as an inner corner highlight. And then Mermaid Scales is a beautiful teal with those multicolor shimmers. It looks so pretty on the lids. Then you have this matte right here to deepen up the looks. You got some mid-tones. I just think this is also a really pretty cohesive palette. And then the Planet Spirit palette, which I think this one is the most bright and colorful one, like the most vibrant one. So if you like a lot of color, this would be a good option. Or if you're wanting to add colors like this in your collection, it would be a really good option. Now this one is the only one that doesn't really have a deepening shade. All of the shades are more on the mid-tone side, but they're still really pretty. And I still feel like I could do a completed look, but if I wanted a little bit more depth, I would have to pull that from another palette. But these are pretty. It's so summery and vibrant and springy, and these beautiful metallics like this green, this orangey one that has like gold shimmers in it. I mean, this one was beautiful all over the lid. Gorgeous iridescent shade for the inner corner. So, I mean, I feel like these palettes are beautiful and will appeal to different audiences. I also don't feel like you could go wrong picking up all of them if you like all of them, because none of the shades in the palettes are dupes for one another. Like, they're all quite different. Like, look at them all together. And all of these shades would all complement each other. Like, I think they all work nicely with one another, and they also work great as standalone. So you can't go wrong either just buying one if there was just a certain color story you like, or you can't go around picking up all of them. Anyways, guys, that was my thoughts on this collection and all of these palettes. I just want to say congratulations to all the collaborators, Batty Bean, Makeup Just for Fun, and Lauren May Beauty. You guys did an amazing job with the color story and the palettes, and I'm just so happy for you. It's always amazing to be able to collab with a amazing brand like Oden's Eye. But you guys will now have to give me your thoughts in the comments below. Did you pick up any of these palettes, or are you planning to pick them up? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video and you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would love to have you here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I will have all the palettes linked where you can find them. I'll have the restock information, which is happening March 25th. I think that's going to be the final restock. So get them then if you want it. If not, they're going to go away and you won't be able to pick them up. I will also link other Oden's Eye reviews that I've done if you're curious about their other products. And I will have my face makeup linked in case you're wondering like what foundation and everything that I was wearing. That will be all in the description, as well as my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, I would really, really love that. But guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, for being here, for supporting me, being amazing. I just appreciate all of y'all so much. And I just hope all of y'all are doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you all so much love and light. But until next time, bye guys.